Claude Phone. You can call Claude with your phone, and Claude can call you on your phone. This is the tutorial on how to set this up based on this video right here, where I showed you how cool this was. So by now you're already convinced because you're here. And here's what we're about to do. First, there's a handy dandy GitHub project for this. Disclaimer, I'm not a developer, but I'm pretending to be now with Claude Code. And here is my Claude Phone repo with everything you need to know to get this set up. I'm also gonna walk you through it right now and maybe fill in some blanks that the documentation won't quite show. Now, I did my best to make this very simple, I think. We'll see how it goes. Okay, here's what you need. Now, if you watched the previous video, you'll know this is going to involve the 3CX phone system somehow. And don't worry, what we're doing with 3CX is gonna be completely free because we're gonna be deploying a phone system in the cloud. And this seriously takes about 30 seconds. And what that does for us is we actually have a phone system that we can call like a business. You'll get extensions like 1234 and 1235. And you can make free calls back and forth between the phones in that phone system. When you set up Claude Code will have a number. Actually, we can give them lots of extensions and assign them to maybe our servers, which is what I kind of demoed and played with in that video. And I'll show you how that kind of works. Actually getting a phone number to one of our servers, it's a weird concept. It'll all materialize here in a moment. So that's why we're doing 3CX. That part, super simple. The next part, the actual Claude Phone portion, the part that will actually integrate what we're trying to do with 3CX, this involves basically two services. One is the actual voice server itself. This is what's gonna make all that fun VoIP stuff happen, SIP phone calls, that's what's gonna interact with 3CX. The other part is going to be the API server. This is essentially a wrapper for Claude Code. And you'll want to install this on the same machine that you're running Claude Code on. That could be a lot of things. That could be your Mac that you're using right now. That could be a Linux server, a VPS in the cloud. It can be a Raspberry Pi. And all it's doing is converting the phone call stuff to messages that Claude Code can receive and then respond to. Now I'm gonna show you and walk you through setting up two individual servers. I'm actually gonna install the voice server on a Raspberry Pi. This one right here. And this API server will just be a Linux VM I have in my server environment. There is a world where you can do both on one device. I haven't tested that, but I'm gonna test it at the end of this video. In theory, we should be able to do everything on a Raspberry Pi, including Claude Code. So getting back to what we need, 3CX, free. It's gonna be free in the cloud for up to 10 users, easy peasy. I just said easy peasy, that felt weird. Coffee break. For Claude Phone, you'll need, best case scenario, two servers. It can be a Linux server, it can be a Raspberry Pi and a Linux server, two Raspberry Pis, I don't care, or just one Linux-based device. This API server could also be a Mac desktop. I've tested that many times, but essentially two devices. And then you'll just need two more things. I told you, it's a little complex, but also not. I mean, this is like the most complex part, is just talking about it. To make Claude talk, to give him a voice, we have to use TTS, a TTS service, or text-to-speech. For that, we're going to be using 11 Labs. This is not a free service, it is paid. But I chose this because it's amazing. We can grab multiple voices and give our servers some personalities, which I enjoy. We also need STT, speech-to-text, to convert what we're saying to stuff Claude can understand. For that, we're gonna be using OpenAI and their Whisper API. So you're going to need an API key for 11 Labs and an API key for OpenAI. It's pay as you go, you don't have to pay upfront. Maybe eventually I will add local open source models to support this. Maybe you can fork this repo and do it yourself. Oh, you know what? One more thing. This voice server is gonna serve not only as a part of Claude Phone, which that's important, but before we even do that, we're gonna set him up as a 3CX not SMB, SBC server, or a session border controller. This is also free. But what this allows you to do is add any device on your network, your home network, like a phone like this, or Claude Code, and it allows it to interface with the 3CX cloud. This device, this software just needs to rest somewhere inside your home network so it can facilitate that connection. So whatever phone you have, I'm gonna draw a little phone here. It will actually register and talk with this 3CX SBC software, and it's kind of like the middleman. It's gonna talk to the 3CX cloud for us. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to talk back and forth. That's the stuff. Let's make the stuff happen. And the first thing we'll do is get 3CX cloud set up because that's pretty easy. And it's also an easy win because you instantly get a phone. So let's do that. The first thing we'll do is go to 3cx.com. We'll go click on the top right, that little person icon. It should take us to a portion where we're trying to, or a section where we're trying to log in. And I'll just log in with Google. You can create your stuff right there. I'm gonna use one of my dummy accounts. and we should be able to go to either Add System or My Systems to see what phone systems we have. Right now, you should have nothing, just like me. And we're gonna click on Add System. This is gonna be ridiculously easy. We're gonna choose the less than 10 users. That's our free cloud hosted option. It's actually creating your phone system right now, which is pretty cool. A little coffee break while it's happening. And then we'll just grab this info right here because this is important. This is how you log into your stuff. Save that somewhere. And then we'll just get logged in. We'll use the same credentials that we just saw happen, that it gave us. And there you go, your very own phone system. Now, what the heck is this? Well, the first phone you can use is actually your phone with a 3CX app. So you can actually download the app. Let me share my screen here. You'll be prompted to add a system. You can just scan this QR code, and suddenly you have a phone. Notice my status went to green. I've got a phone on this phone system. And you can add more users. They can add their phones. And suddenly you're talking on a VoIP network. You're not talking through your cellular connection. You're not talking through FaceTime. This is going through the cloud phone system that you just set up, which by itself is really cool. But now let's add Claude Code to this. You're actually gonna see that little person, you can create multiple personalities right here for Claude Code. Next step is setting up our voice server. I'm gonna do the Raspberry Pi. Now, if you're doing Raspberry Pi with me, and I do recommend this because it's easy and fun and quick. If you're using something else, it'll all apply. But first, we're gonna have to write Raspberry Pi OS to our SD card. I'm gonna do that right now. Whoa. No, don't you think and do it. Don't you dare try to write the latest OS to this card because the 3CX SBC does not like it right now. Maybe it will in the future, I don't know. Right now, it hates it. So I'm gonna launch the Raspberry Pi imager. I'll choose my model, Raspberry Pi 5, and here's the kicker. We're gonna choose Raspberry Pi OS Other, and then we're gonna find Bookworm. We're gonna scroll down a bit. Raspberry Pi OS Legacy 64-bit, and we want the light version for command line only unless you want that GUI. There we go, 64-bit, Legacy, light, perfect. And we're gonna write that to our card. Feel free to add all your information in to make it easier to connect to your Raspberry Pi. I'm not gonna cover that here, including your Wi-Fi information. And we'll go ahead and start that write process. It should prompt you for a password. My grandma's leaving. I have to go say goodbye to her real quick. I'll be right back. It should be done when I get back. All right, say goodbye to Grandma. It is done. And get this bad boy booted up. Drop my car. Okay, while it's booting up, we're gonna do one thing. We're back at our 3CX dashboard, our cloud. And we're gonna go to the bottom left and click on the admin cog right here. And then we'll go to voice and chat right here in the menu. And you'll see the option to add an SBC. That's our session border controller. Let's add one. Click on add, choose your option. You can do Windows, it's pretty cool. Linux or Raspberry Pi, that's our option we're gonna go with right now. Continue, and then it's gonna give you what you need to set the sucker up. This is what we're gonna need right now. I'm gonna check and see what my Raspberry Pi IP address is as he's coming up. We'll get connected, and I'll run this command they gave me. This will install the 3CX SBC. Now don't close this dialog yet, we're gonna need all this information. Let's get going. Accept everything blindly. First things first, it's gonna ask for our portal information, or our provisioning URL. It's this guy right here, the blah blah blah.3cx.cloud. Hit OK. Then we'll need our authentication key. Let's grab that. Copy, paste, hit OK, and it's going to install. Excellent, it should be done. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to our 3CX cloud once more, get back to voice and chat, and we should see that next to our SBC sitting right there. We've got a green square. It's that green because I'm colorblind, I'm not sure. It looks green to me. If I go to statistics, when I jump in there, it should say up for 17 seconds. Awesome. So now our SBC is in place. Now we're gonna set up our API server, and that's gonna go on the same device that is running Claude Code. So we're gonna go to my Claude Code repo here, and we're gonna run this command, the one-line install. We'll paste our installer command. It'll do some prereqs, make sure you have Docker installed, Node.js, make sure you have Claude installed. And by the end, you should see something like this. So now we're gonna run Claude Phone setup. This is a command you now have on your system. Ready, set, go. It's gonna ask us, hey, what kind of system are you doing right now? Or are you installing? We're gonna be doing the API server. Let's select that. Select your port, 3333 is the default. It's good for me. And it should be installed. Now let's start it. We'll do Claude Phone start. It's running. Let's do a quick ss-tuplin and grep for port 3333 to see if it's running. There it is. Our API server is up. And if I type in Claude, just Claude, I'll make sure Claude is indeed installed, ready to go. It is. Let's get out of there. Now we're gonna set up the voice server on our Raspberry Pi. Back here in Raspberry Pi land, we're gonna paste that same setup command, the same installer, and it'll also go through the whole process of making sure Git's installed, Docker, everything we need to run Claude Phone. Again, I'm not really a developer, but I'm pretty proud of this. But if there's ways to improve this, please let me know. I'm open to critiques. Now real quick, to make Docker work well, we may need to add this one command here, new group Docker. And then we'll run Claude Phone setup. Here we're gonna be doing our voice server. Notice it detected that our SBC is installed, perfect. And let's tell it the IP address of the server that's running our API server. What was that IP address? 1077.14.163. Port 3333, that's correct. And now for our API keys. I wanna paste in my 11 labs. It's gonna verify. I'm gonna paste in my voice, or my voice ID. And then for our open API key. And then now for our 3CX info. We'll get back to our cloud information here. Go to our dashboard. Actually, we're gonna go straight here. We'll go to our users, and you know what? We're gonna create a new user right now. We're gonna create our first user that will interact with Claude Code. That will actually be Claude Code. So add a new user, we can make this up. I'll call him, or I'll call her, Susie Claude. And that's all we need. Click on save. We'll jump into Susie Claude's user. We'll go to IP phone and we'll say, let's configure a phone for her. Ignore this, we're gonna click on I will configure a phone myself. Click on next, and then say, how are we gonna connect this phone? Via our SBC that we just made, this Raspberry Pi over here. And click on add phone. This is the info we need right now. So the host name or IP, I'm gonna grab this, the blah blah blah.3cx.cloud. That's what we're pasting in here. And then we can just name her. We'll name her Susie. This is not so important right here. Her extension, however, is important, which was 26211. Paste that in there. And then the SIP auth ID, which is right here. And then the SIP auth password, which is right here. For some reason, it asks us about the voice ID again, but it's already pre-filled. We're good. You can say a system prompt, like who you are. We'll leave it as default right now. And then it's just gonna ask you, like, do you wanna use this IP address for your Raspberry Pi, for audio, and for the HTTP port? Yes. Okay, that's it. Now let's do Claude Phone start. Fingers stinking crossed. So right now what it's doing, if you watched my first video, it is getting those very intense, not too intense, Docker containers ready. It's FreeSwitch and DrocTO. And this will give us the ability to talk back and forth with Claude Code. Give it a little second here. Okay, containers are initialized. I'm gonna give it just a moment for them to come up and be good. Actually, we can check it right now. Docker PS. They're up, they're healthy. This is exciting. Now our test. We're gonna use 3CX, our phone here, to call and talk to Susie, which is Claude Code. What was her extension again? It was 26211. There she is. She is available. She's registered. Let's see if she picks up.
How can I help you today?
Hey Susie, what's the weather in Washington, D.C. right now?
Sorry, something went wrong.
Whatever, Susie. Okay, well, she's being mean. I'll have to fix that. Okay, the issue wasn't with my software. The issue was that I needed to add some billing to my OpenAI. I've been exhausting it. So now, check this out. Let's talk to Susie. Hey Susie, can you tell me the weather in Washington, D.C. right now?
Consulting the Oracle.
It works. Now we don't have hold music yet. I will add that soon for the automatic setup. But the hold music I had on my system is copyrighted. I'll have to get you guys some free stuff. So right now, Susie is Claude Code.
It's currently 54 degrees and partly cloudy in DC. Nice for late January. But heads up, a major winter storm is coming this weekend with 4 to 8 inches of snow expected.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh. Okay, cool. So Susie's there. I want to show off just a few more things. Actually, just one more thing, at the risk of making this video too long. We can add more devices. So if we get back to our Cloud 3CX, I want to add another user. Call this one Stuart Ross. I don't know who that is. Let's add a phone to Stuart Ross. And let's get back to our device and add a new one. Do Claude Phone Devices. I think, yeah, device add. Device name, Stuart. Let's grab his extension. Auth ID. And authentication password. And we'll give him a new voice. Let's give him Oliver. You are Stuart, an annoying help desk agent who always tells a dad joke. And done. Let's take down Claude Phone. Bring it back up. Give it just a second. And let's try calling Stuart. Oh, there he is, Stuart Ross. Let's call him.
How can I help you today?
Hey, Stuart. Can you tell me how you're doing?
Interesting question. Oh, I'm doing great. Just like a broken pencil, completely pointless. But hey, at least I'm here to help with all your tech troubles. What can I fix for you today?
You gotta see the power here. So we can set up multiple personalities, multiple voices, and then we can have it more intense to where we give it a system prompt where you're supposed to use only one Claude Code skill. And you can go in there and maybe it's a skill that will troubleshoot our NAS, or it's a skill that will troubleshoot our Proxmox. So you can call and talk to your Proxmox server. You can say like, you are a Proxmox server. This is your stinking job. This is all you do. That's cool. At least I think it is. So that's the basic setup. I'll have more documentation here. I'll try to finesse a few more things, add more features as I do stuff, because it's kind of my project now. But feel free to fork it and do other stuff. But I'm also not going to support this forever, so more POC. Anyways, that's all I got. I'll catch you guys next time. Hey, you're still here. Yes, I do even still pray for my audience on my second channel. If you're new to me and what I do like to pray for you because I genuinely care about each and every one of you. I love you guys, and I want to see you succeed in your careers and your lives. I want to pray for you right now. If it's not your thing, let's see if it is. Try it out. Ready, set, go. God, I thank you for the person on the other side of the screen. I thank you that they are here, that they watched an entire tutorial on a phone system thing. That tells me they are passionate about tech and that they have so much potential and opportunity. And I ask that you would just bless them in that right now. That you would go before them, make their path straight, bless their careers. If they're searching for a job right now, they're having a hard time. God, open up those doors. Encourage them to keep applying, to keep studying, to keep working at it. And give them great success in that, Lord. Let the right job, the right person, the right interview, just hear them and see them, give them the words to say, and let them be excited. Let them be so excited about this. And if they're already in their job, just let them continue to just be amazing, because I know they're valuable at that company, and just provide them with a ton of blessing and opportunity, God. I ask this in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right. I'll talk to you guys next time.